far away. It's much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, I'm just afraid that you walk away. You're across the room from me, but it's an ocean wide, and the current's pulling us, dragging me aside. Or you're a constellation, and I'm just a star, blinking in the universe, but you'll never notice me at all. Just believe me, even if the words don't come out, they're here inside my head, stuck inside my mouth.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mini RPG of the Week. I am Dylan, or 16th Tower. With me tonight is my co-host Drizzly Bear. Do you want to say a couple of words and introduce yourself?
Hello. Many of you who are dedicated watchers of the Mini RPG of the Week know me as the person who repeats the same phrases over and over again because, you know, a couple of them stock up top. Experts in our field, me and Dylan here. I think we're going to show you a great show tonight.
most of the time when I'm here, I rely on Alex. You know, he's got the Trackmania knowledge. I repeat what he says, so he's not here tonight. So the two of us will see what we can manage.
You folks want play-by-play? No shot. We are going to give you nothing but flavor, context out the wazoo. In this fight to the death, where each round people are just scrapping it out down to the bottom, fighting for their lives. That's... Yeah. You know, we're going to paint you the picture, and then you can use your eyes to follow the action. We trust you at home, you the people.
And when Drizzly says fight to the death, he means it. If anyone hasn't been keeping up with Mini RPG of the Week, we're on Season 3 right now, Episode 3 of Season 3. And one of the big changes we brought in for Season 3 of Mini RPG of the Week is we do kill the players when they're eliminated. So we have been getting less and less players every week, but, you know, that's a risk we're willing to take.
It just means that we're keeping it fresh, folks. New faces every time. And, like, if you don't want to die, just win. It's as simple as that, really.
That's a skill issue. I haven't died yet, and I'm ass at this game. So anyone who's dead, it's definitely on them, and not the fact that I'm not playing.
A quirk about me when I started playing this game casually, because Alex invited me to play the game a few times before he got me on to cast it. It was all like a ridiculous ruse and ploy, but he took me on a few drives, and I was really good at driving backwards, not so much forwards. So that's the kind of character we have here to, you know, extol and you know, frame the story of tonight for you. Tell us a little bit about the map today. We have a hero tax map.
Hero tax. We've got hero tax tonight. He has prepared us a lovely map, Walk in the Maze. It's been called a mini RPG that looks a little bit more like a little RPG. I'm interested to see what that means. I guess little is bigger than mini, so maybe there's more story to this than we would normally expect. I'm not sure. Like
you think of Mario, right? Or Mario, depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
He's little, and then he gets the mushroom and he's big. But he has to get another kind of mushroom to make a mini. So I think this might be a bit of a longer one. I think our GPS is about a minute, but that's not exactly refined. So maybe in the warm-up rounds, we'll see people take that under, maybe by seconds, maybe by tenths, maybe by hundredths. Who knows? Maybe it's
not even a little RPG. Maybe there's been a real underestimation here. We could see 2-3 minute clear times coming in. You know, it could be a long night.
I guarantee it. The thing about mini RPG, what's so good about it is that you can just enter it no matter who you are. Just like get in there, sink your teeth in, and like if you're doing those 2-3 minute laps, and you know before the elimination timer counts you down, do it. It's good crack, and you know you'll get better, and soon you'll be among the rest of those people who are doing minute and a half time. Yeah. But like. The
you will
pressure,
probably die
the tension.
Because we are going to kill you if you lose. But apart from that, you're going to have a good time leading up to it. So
don't worry about it. You should have joined in Season 2. You should have been an early adopter. Now you're not cool to play.
Now the stakes are high.
Yeah. We're doing the rug pull, folks. It's only the people who have been in the ground floor for so long are actually benefiting from this. So yeah, it sounds really cool. It's the title of the track is Walk in the Maze. You might have seen the little description beforehand if you're in chat. And it's like, you wake up one fine morning, but something is wrong. You find yourself in an unknown village, so you decide to explore this new environment in the hope of finding answers. What answers will we hope to find? Which one of these drivers is the fastest? It's classic race.
Yeah, it is. They're doing this one at F1 all the time. So it's nice to see it finally enter the Trackmania scene as well.
It's like art imitates life, but
exactly
the other way around.
I've noticed something with the kind of introduction we have here. It's unrelated to anything to do with Trackmania, but the way it's like one fine morning you wake up with something is wrong. It reminds me, earlier this week I saw, you know those Twitter posts that are like, it's a picture of a girl and it's like, oh, you walk up to this girl, what's your play? You know those ones?
What's your opener? Yeah.
I saw one of those when it was like a picture of a girl like sitting down at like a restaurant or something, and it was, you wake up from a deep slumber and find yourself across the table from this girl. What's your play?
My opener? Sorry, I was slumbering so deeply. My bad. I took you on this wonderful, fine, luxurious dinner, and I slumbered. All right.
We're waking from our own slumber as we head in to check out tonight's map. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing already. There is a nice kind of aesthetic to the map already. We're going into a player's view now. We're looking on Tupe's. We're looking at Tupe's, who is just on one of our exploratory rounds now. We start every edition of Mini RPG of the Week with a 15-minute warm-up round, just to let our players get a bit of familiarity with the map, work out what sort of route they're going to be using to try and get the best times tonight. So we'll see how they get on with this warm-up right now.
So, like, I've never played it, but this is reminding me of old school RuneScape.
Old school RuneScape, that is a good pull. I played that for like maybe half an hour when I was 12 and I couldn't get my internet to work, so I couldn't find my friend, and I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. It reminds me a little bit.
We've not played Trackmania, we've not played RuneScape, but you know what you're here for? The people who have played it. And this is cool. You're driving on rooftops, this Assassin's Creed looking ass. There's a wheelbarrow somewhere. I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is Assassin's Creed. I'm getting Assassin's Creed out of this, yeah.
I also have not
it's a little bit. Did you ever play Little Big Planet?
Nope.
Okay. Well, it looks a little bit like some like Little Big Planet level 1 assets as well. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
so we're
I'm
looking
liking
in
the
at
green and
Herotax
red
here.
vibes. The underground vibes. Green and red.
Yeah, so I think this is
finding your
supposed to be
way
like a
around.
sewer section right now from the document we were prepared with. So we've got a couple of different biomes. I don't know if a sewer is a biome, but in Trackmania it certainly is. So.
Do you think if we go down deep enough, we'll find like bedrock or like diamonds?
Oh, I bet they put bedrock in here. Herotax, you know, he knows all about bedrock.
Definitely not hero.
Herotax, hero, something else maybe. I don't know. Could be anything else.
Folks, you connect the dots. We're just giving you facts here. We're just giving you the information to make your own decisions with.
Yeah, you know, we don't want to color your mind too much, but we'll put something out there, and you know, if anyone wants to chime in chat, maybe with what they think we could be referencing here.
Okay, we're on board with Yannick's now, and I want to throw like just some oil on the fire right away. Deployer is putting like a €1 billion bounty on Yannick's head. If you can beat them in this week of mini RPG, they will pay you out from their pocket €1 billion in real Monopoly tax diamond money from Minecraft. But my friend
That's true,
here
V-Bucks.
over here, Dylan, you don't have faith. Why not?
I don't. So, as anyone who's a faithful listener of Mini RPG of the Week knows, I'm an old hat at this contest. I've been here 3 times. I'm here for the 4th. I've yet to see Yannick's win a Mini RPG of the Week. He does well, but I've yet to see him win. And I think with that performance, I want to see a bit more consistency to be betting 1 million V-Bucks, Minecraft dollars, Fortnite bucks. Just, you know, it's a big bet. It's a big bet.
You see, I don't know. I feel like this is the words of a Yannick's fan in denial. You want to see him win so bad. And
if Yannick's wins, I will become a Yannick's fan. I'll say it. If Yannick's wins tonight, I'm getting his name tattooed. I'm getting it tattooed. So
there you go, folks. You heard it here
Drizzly,
first.
I want you to hold me to that.
I will hold you to that. Oh my. Okay, let's see what Mateo, Florida has to show us. Or will we say it Mateoful? Oh, no, Black Pulse is our new onboarder here.
I like saying Mateoful because it reminds me of when I first started casting this game, and I thought the TM at the end of everyone's name for Trackmania was something you were supposed to pronounce.
Are you the progenitor of Astronautum?
I'm the Astronautum guy, yeah. You didn't realize you're meeting a celebrity of the scene tonight.
Folks, it's him. We found him.
I am him.
Oh my, we're going he/him mode. Oh my, jeez, I'm all flustered now. Well, oh dear, this is. See, I'm just emulating the nerves that you have when you're racing in general. I think something that I always harp on when I talk about the mini RPG of the week is that it doesn't matter like how good of a driver you are, and you know, seeing what times you can put up in the warm-up rounds. Like, still, we're only seeing like what. 105?
107? Well, we got 105 Ice? In from Ice, yeah. Icedom?
Icedom.
Icedom's got a 105.
Yeah, I said Icedom stealing your flow last week. I was on, I think. Just
it's fine.
Wholesale ripping it bar
I
for bar.
I want to steal people. I want people to steal my flow.
Okay.
It makes me feel more confident that it's worth stealing, you know. So I consider it a compliment.
So okay, I'll be the Jack Harlow of Trackmania freaking commentary right now, and I'll start pronouncing the tum. Okay, so all during this, I've completely like failed to use object permanence and remember what order the track goes in. It's like the little loop around the house roofs, and then you go down the stairs, And then you go underground, right?
Then you go underground, you got this little sewer section, you enter with a very sort of Mario-esque green pipe into another Mario-esque green pipe at the end of the sewer section, so we're keeping up a reference to my favourite movie of 1993, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which we're happy to see. Actually don't go into a green pipe in that one. They do in the new one, but in the 93 one, there's no green pipes, unfortunately.
The new what? That doesn't
The new
exist.
Mario movie?
No, that's not real. That's
They
that's
didn't
a
make
psyop. That's
They made
advent
Sonic
propaganda.
3.
I heard that there's like unreal like orchestrated musical scores for some of the scenes in the movie, and then they just put in like the stock music, and it's so sad.
It's genuinely sort of upsetting. It's actually the scene that they had where there was like a really good score was a scene that tying into Trackmania was like a Mario Kart reference, and you can like watch it edited on. Sounds really good, and then you watch the movie and they just play "Take on Me" by Aha, which is a nice song, but I don't know. It's not what I don't think it can go Mario, you know.
I feel like 80s like pop hits have kind of become saturated. They're kind of cliched now, which kind of sucks because they all bang. They wouldn't be hits or classics, but
I love "Take on Me."
we
I
are.
should not hear it come on in a movie and go, "Oh, they're playing Take on Me in this movie," you know. But the Mario movie made me do it.
It forced you to. It held your nose to the flames and asked you, begged you to watch. Okay, we're seeing some people, instead of going over the wheelbarrow at the start there, or little cart, go around the little well.
Yeah,
but
there
I
is
think
a bit of kind of
obviously
openness in our track design tonight.
Maybe
I think that openness is maybe catching some people out, where they're not going for the best lines. Maybe they're looking for some better lines, some couple of shortcuts maybe, but they don't seem to have found anything yet.
Well, here's hoping. It is Cocaine Wednesday for all of you out there in the world, and if you're looking for those lines, you're gonna find some here. Christ, please stop me from making wordplay. It's gonna be the end of me, the end of Mini RPG of the week.
I've been doing bumps this entire stream. I just didn't know if we were allowed to talk about it or not, so I'm glad that you've opened it up to the floor.
You know what? Now that we've opened the tin of worms, folks in chat, shout out, what's your favorite illicit drug to do? I swear I'm not a cop.
Who out here popping some MDMA for Mini RPG of the week?
Oh, I'm about to go into fucking story mode and just talk about festivals in Europe. I can't do this. I can't do this right now. Okay, so if you're
Let's
on
take a look at our
psychedelics right now, I
times.
promise.
This is a classic
do
Mini
not-
RPG of the week move we're going to deploy here. When you get too far off track, you just look at the times. You see how people are doing. Looks like we got a 104 right now as our best time from Hazardu. Or it might just be Hazard with a U on the end. It's something. They got a 104. So we still have yet to see anyone kind of get to that 1 minute that was maybe predicted as the possible best time. But, we still got some time left here. About 4 minutes left in our warm-up round, so we could see anything happen at this stage.
Yeah, you'll have a couple more goes to really kind of solidify your main go-to line, at least for when you go into proper rounds. And the first round is not elimination. You might actually see how it works out in practice, because obviously your nerves are going to seize up a little bit, or they're going to fire a little harder. That difference of context when you're doing the runs is going to make a lot of difference there. But maybe these 104, 105 lines will get refined during rounds as well. It's not an alien thing to see people breaking the track, record or whatever, while in rounds. But
no, definitely not.
Having a good round during warm-up, or like even just doing it once, will put your name up there, but it doesn't tell us the full story if you're doing that consistently. And you want to be doing it at least in a way that keeps you ahead of the elimination path, which isn't guaranteed, right?
Definitely not. I'm trying to take a look at how many players we have entered tonight so far. Obviously, we're still not exactly at our cutoff point for the warm-up, so we still don't know exactly how many people we're going to be rocking tonight, but it looks like we've got about 60 in the game right now, so it looks like we're going to have a decent crop of players for our game tonight.
That sounds wonderful. 60 is a great number to have. It means
it is.
you can absolutely go hell for leather, make it work, I know sometimes it's usually 4 eliminations per round, but I think when the lobby gets big enough, I think one time there was like 80 people in a lobby, and the like eliminations were like 8 per round or something.
Oh, that's a bloodbath. 8 per round.
Yeah.
And of course, the first round of every match is anything goes. There could be any amount of players going in that first round, and we will be asking you in chat to tell us how many players you think are going to be eliminated round 1, and I'll certainly be looking forward to hearing some answers, because what I've learned doing this is that chat always is better at guessing how many eliminations there's going to be than I am. I always suck.
I find it really funny whenever I do it with Alex. We're always one off. We're always like 1 over or under. It's really funny. I mean, there was one time I did it where I was like, oh, it's probably going to be this, but you know what? I'm gonna game the system because I know it's always 1 off, and I did the 1 off, and I was right the first time. And I was so
so
tight.
Just like the cards of fate are stacked against you. No matter which way you go, you're going to be 1 off. Even if you try and adjust for it, it's not going to work.
And it fucking pisses me off, man. It really grinds my gears. Oh my! But you know what? For what skills I lack in guessing how many people get eliminated.
Okay.
Oh.
You are welcome to join back with us at the caster scene right now. We're back again. You know, you thought you might have missed us. No, you're getting extra casters tonight.
My lighting is so bad. It was good. I couldn't even make the joke that it's good. It's just like I have this like really grainy halo thing going on. Oh my. Oh me, oh my.
I just have a lovely bit of sun coming down the side of my face.
All right, well, we have word from God himself.
Yeah, God himself has come in. We're back to the map.
We're throwing it back to the racers.
We got some texture in. So we're seeing the map as it was meant to be seen. This is how I've been seeing it the entire night, but apparently some people in chat, it just wasn't working properly for them.
Oh, yeah, I was only seeing it as chat were seeing it, and that's why I was thinking, like, wow, I really like this kind of low poly kind of thing. This looks unreal now. It looks good
this looks so good. Everyone who heard me talking about Mario pipes is going to think I'm a fucking idiot. Like,
I was
it just does not look like a Mario pipe.
Because it was like, oh my. All right, well, I guess if people want to get in their last little starting sections off, that's all they're going to get time to do. Anyone who wants to finish a lap, probably not going to make it to the end, especially if you are making sweet, sweet hellos to the grill of that sewer pipe. And we're going into elimination rounds. Okay, what's your number?
Round 1, here we go. It looks like we got 58 players.
58 players, okay.
How many are we losing?
Good luck.
I'm going to say 9. I think we're going to lose 9 players round 1.
9?
9 players round 1.
Okay.
I will get rid of.
Sound off in chat. How many? If you have a DUI in chat as well, don't say it, but just like I'm watching you. Okay, so we're at the back of the pack. We're seeing people are kind of like struggling with that transition there, in that turn.
Yeah.
Transferring onto the roofs, getting enough speed, and you're gonna naturally have the right angle because of how the staircase is designed. It's just like you need to go a lot more forward than you do sideways to get that like nice landing and transition. Okay,
Definitely.
deciding whether or not to stay on the roof as well for long amounts of time. Coming off down the stairs, which is better, is going to be a determining factor as to like how fast you're going. But I think, okay, some people are just chilling. I appreciate it.
You can chill.
They know they're not getting eliminated. They're just taking the time.
It's safe. You need a drink, you need to go pee. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, especially like if you were going really ham during those warm-up rounds and you're like, oh, I have to race now.
Yeah.
You know, you do get this, I suppose,
You just have to hype yourself up.
To figure that out. Yeah. Get your head in the game, Troy Bolton.
Oh, we should get Troy Bolton on. We should get Zac Efron as Troy Bolton on for an episode of Mini RPG of the Week. A performance that he definitely cannot do anymore.
Do you know the singer for High School Musical wasn't him?
Oh yeah, for the first movie, it's some guy called like Drew or something like that.
Yeah, he sounds great.
I was really like happy to learn that as a teenager because I also couldn't sing, yet I did every school musical, and I was like, I'm not alone. There's a guy out there who's nearly as good looking as me who's doing the exact same thing.
It's wonderful to hear that the old adage of people in like broadcasting are all theater kids.
Oh yeah.
It still holds true. Okay, we're into our first round of eliminations, and 4 players will be eliminated. That's not the number I'm going for. I'm going to say 6.
6 is conservative. I'm
Yeah,
gonna stick
I
with
have
my
faith.
9. I have no faith. I have no faith in any Trackmania player at all. I think we might see a 58 player elimination here in round 1. No one's making it through.
Let's nuke the servers, delete the VODs, set fire to the tapes. Nobody needs to know this happened.
Unreleased
Okay,
the
we're on
game.
with NBO 34, and it's again so many people resetting at this. You can see people falling at the hurdle.
It seems to be a
It's
bit of a
just-
stumbling block.
Yeah. Hopefully, people as they get on through the rounds will even get more familiar with it. But even there, going up
That
getting
loop,
the turn of that
it's just
tight
about
corner.
getting the right speed going into that turn that you can carry the whole way without going too wide or cutting it too close on the corner. That seems to be another little block there for a lot of our players.
Jam
It's
just
unfortunate,
holding on
yeah.
for dear sweet life there and managing to hold on. Probably safe from the back of the pack at the moment.
Yeah.
Making their way through the tunnels. We have someone we have two. We have at
I think it
least
was
two.
Sid
They
the
might
Sloth
be
there, so
DNFing.
unfortunately, it looks like Sid the Sloth is not making it out of the Ice Age.
Oh. Well, he did make it through like 4 movies, didn't he?
I think they might have
Was
made
there-
way more than 4. They just kept pumping out Ice Age movies. I
there
think
was
they had
definitely
like
a
Nicki
fifth.
Minaj in one of them.
Are you thinking of the Croods?
No, there is definitely an Ice Age movie that Nicki Minaj is in. I'm not even joking. I didn't see it, but I remember seeing the poster. I was like 17, and I was already like, okay, so firstly, they're still making Ice Age movies, which the first one came out when I was like 4. And secondly, they got Nicki Minaj in one, and I think she was like Diego's love interest.
Hell yeah.
Finally.
If I was a saber-toothed tiger, I'd want Nicki Minaj to be my love interest.
Finally, we got Diego what he needs all this time.
Okay, Bupesso, I don't think is making it out.
13 players eliminated. I just want to give a shout out in chat to Jaxie, who predicted 13. I don't think I have seen Jaxie in chat yet to not get the correct amount of players who are going to be eliminated. Jaxie, I think you have some sort of clairvoyant gift or something.
That's amazing. Shoutouts, Jaxie.
Shoutouts, Jaxie. Jaxie also in chat. I saw earlier Jaxie was asking me for an update on the overarching season lore that we promised. Season 3, not only are we in real time killing the players, 13 people did just die, we are also bringing lore-based storytelling to Mini RPG of the Week. And Jaxie, don't worry, I'm going to have you at the end of tonight. I'm going to make up some sort of story to tie this into the lore of Season 3 of Mini RPG of the Week. We will get there.
Yeah, so actually, so you know the way the writer strike is going on at the moment? That's
Oh.
because all of the rings from the Rings of Power are actually being used for the wheels of the racers' cars tonight. So, free for the elves, 28,000,000 for the drivers of Mini RPG of the Week.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
fair.
is our first nugget of lore.
It's like first nugget of lore. Rings of Power and the Riders' Strike, they are both canon to Season 3 of Mini RPG of the Week.
Yeah. Trackmania is actually Turing complete, and the entire rider strike is being simulated right now. You know what's not being simulated? MX Thick's Big is struggling. That is
are.
not a simulated struggle. That's real.
That's a real struggle, and the struggle is real. MX, it looks like they're in our bottom 4 right now. It doesn't look good for them. We might be seeing an elimination for MX this big. Swiss goalie, who we're also having a look at right now, in that bottom 4 right now. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, Jaxie as well. Certainly, if we can get one of these players out of the bottom 4, I'm hoping it's Jaxie, if nothing else, because of their correct prediction on round 1 eliminations.
You see, they know because they're fighting for their lives themselves. They're in the trenches, getting their fingies dirty. They're picking potatoes. They're doing the hard work, the hard graft. 13 seconds might just be enough to clinch this from the jaws of defeat. Will they be able to pull it off? No, not with a reset like that. That's going to put you back too
Unfortunate.
many seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. So, Jaxie, it's been nice having you in chat, but our Hitmen squad, they're on the way to your location right now, as they are to the 3 other players who have just been eliminated.
Our agents are swift, and they are just in their determination to eliminate our players. But also, Voleur de Porc, oh my. I'm not even trying to put on any kind of French inflection to the way I pronounce these names. 40% of these players are probably French. Trackmania just like a national sport at this point.
It is. It really is.
Okay, so we're seeing this transition. Oh, that's just a little bit of a... Ooh, the turns, they're tight, but they're not. Yoshimi Veloce, a name we usually don't see this close to elimination this early on in rounds.
No.
But I think the terrain being uneven is throwing a lot of players
Yeah, that turn,
off.
it is kind of upsetting some people. Upsetting in terms of, like, it's an upset to their game, not as in it's making them cry. Unfortunately, we're not that up to date on how our players are currently feeling, but in Season 4, we'll see.
Season 4, we will have the Elon Musk microchip in our players' brains, zapping their balls with electricity to really find
It's actually,
out
it's
who has
just a
the best
cost-saving
mental.
measure. We're not going to be able to afford the Hitmen squad for 2 different seasons, so for Season 4, we'll just be deploying a pulse in their brain when they lose to kill them instantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Yoshimi Veloci seems to be just eking out ahead of the
Yeah,
elimination
just
pack,
pulling
but
through.
They're fighting tooth and nail.
They
for
are
it.
fighting
Debsy
against Stebsy?
Debsy has
Oh, and
overtaken
Stebsy has pulled ahead. I really do like this section of the map as you're coming out of the sewers. There's some cool opportunities to do some cool tricks, some cool half-pipe turns in the sewers, which seems to be useful in generating some speed and is also just cool to watch.
I think the camera change is really important there, especially so you don't lose your orientation while you're doing that corkscrew loop at the end, because you
Definitely.
need to know where you're pointing, because you need speed to get onto the roof at the end there. So if you find yourself to the right or to the left too much, you're not going to make it. You're just not going to have the angle to make it to the roof, but you
Yeah.
also need to... I
To not
think we're
bonk
just
as you're
wrapping it
going
up
in.
there.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. We will not be seeing any of these players again. Holy moly.
No, but it was nice to have them here.
Yeah, and that's the beauty, you know, the impermanence of things. You know, you fight for your life and then it's over. But not for one glorious player who will be the God King Emperor of Trackmania mini RPG of the week.
And I mean, look, will that player probably be killed next week? Yes, but they get to live 1 week longer than the other 58 people who decided to play tonight, and that's something. You know, that's something.
I'm about to spoil the entirety of the movie The Prestige by Christopher Nolan. We will simply clone you, and we will put you back in the mines. You yearn for it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to say it. We do have Michael Caine, and he is cloning little baby birds backstage, okay? So that's a Season 5 lore drop. I know I'm not supposed to be saying stuff that far ahead, but once the little baby birds appear in Season 5 from Michael Caine, watch out, okay?
Folks, next week we will be having Glup Shido on as a guest commentator, our famed Star Wars buddy. Who knows, like, fucking Michael J. Fox? That's not
He's from the planet Dantooine.
Lucas George Michael Lucasen. Slither
George
is
Michael Lucasen.
struggling here, just like us, to keep on fucking time.
I think Slither
Oh
is just
my.
maybe enjoying our commentary too much to do well at the map today, unfortunately. This is the issue. When you get a mini RPG of the stream, mini RPG of the week stream where New Alaic is not on, the cast is too enjoyable, and that makes it difficult for the racers. Which is why they
Very
normally keep
true.
him on, as a fairness thing for the players, but they just couldn't do it this week.
It's a competitive. It's like, you know, where businesses who try to like buy other businesses are just like not allowed to do it, otherwise it leads to monopolies. That's what
Yeah.
Alex is for. He's the foil.
He's the
foil to
non-compete
fun.
cause of
Yeah, that's
of mini
exactly
RPG
it.
of the week.
I want to call to Hazardu again, bringing our time down to 102.
102,
I don't know
nice.
if that's the current record, but that's the fastest time I've seen on this map.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is 102. We got a couple of 102s in here. It's actually IceTM with our number 1 speed right now, just saving off 0.2 of a second from Hazardu's place in that last run. If we look, I'm sure we're going to see quickly some of those players who are in our top 5 emerging into our top spots in this current round as well. Or, you know, I said it and now I'm not seeing any of them. So, whatever. No, okay, IceTM, Hazardu, we're seeing them at the top. We're seeing most of the players coming up to this tight corner now. It looks like our lead pack have started to get a pretty good approach to that corner, but we are still seeing some people from around the middle of the group down who are still maybe just struggling with the speed you need, with the uneven terrain, and the way the corner just turns around like that. So still quite an interesting obstacle to watch our players tonight overcome.
You know, I'm just going to say it. The steps are a fucking hooer. They're
Yes,
just
they
so
are.
unfriendly.
I kind of love it though as a piece of map design where it's just like, get good. You have to, like, there's no safe route. You just have to work out how to do this turn, and if you don't, you're probably not going to qualify for many more rounds after where we are right now, unfortunately.
It's like anti-homeless hostile architecture. That's what it is. Sorry.
We need an
getting a bit
anti-homeless
nuclear.
hostile architecture installed mini RPG of the week map. I'm calling on any map designers listening to the stream right now. Please give us a map based on that.
That's your theme.
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing now is a lot of players that are like down towards on the elimination zone are like capable of finishing the map. We were on board with Wobbit there at the end, and they finished the map completely fine. Okay, we're having a few resets here, but we're finishing within like the elimination timer very comfortably now. Maybe a couple of resets to get speed and things like that, but I think now we're getting to see people who are kind of up to up to snuff with the basics of the map at the very least.
Yeah,
and that's not to discredit any of the drivers who've been eliminated up to this point.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see players who have that experience driving RPGs, seeing players who maybe are just a little bit more technically adept, let's say.
Although even here we've seen Jozo eliminated tonight. Jozo, normally a pretty high placer in our mini RPG of the week competitions. So even some of these more experienced players, even though they can finish the map, there are just some little kind of nicks, some anti-homeless design, which is probably not what we should be calling it, but some little just salt moments in this map that can, if you hit them the wrong way a couple of times in a run, they can upset your run, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's that little bit of turbulence that can like throw your mental completely off. On a map like this that's like a minute long, it might seem like only a few extra seconds longer than some other maps might be. It might not be as long as some other maps have been, but like over the course of doing this maybe a dozen times before you get to those final rounds where you're like maybe going to fight for the win, that can really weigh on you, especially if you are just messing up little bits, but they're everywhere. I don't know that I'd quite call this a tech map, I suppose because no big tricks are particularly prominent or eminent within it. You might call it a tech map, but I feel like it's like very straightforward to drive. Maybe it's the fine control on those uneven terrains like the steps and the entry to the pipe and then doing the corkscrew here.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a traditional tech map. It feels like this kind of hybrid thing where it's like there are moments where the map is trying to just say, fuck you. And then either it does and messes you up, or you kind of brush it off and you ignore the bully. But
we're hearing that a little bit in the players' commentary there, where some of the players are just maybe not happy with the fact that the corkscrew at the end of that sewer tunnel has to be repeated over and over again in every round. It's kind of a technical trick, and trying to get it every time, it's tricky to get it every time in every round, especially in a game like tonight where we did have a decent amount of players, so there are going to be a fair amount of rounds as well.
Yeah. I don't think that any player should begrudge themselves for having to try and deal with this and wrestle with this within like 30 minutes to get it even a good run.
Yeah.
Like you get 15 minutes of trying to prep and plan for it, but once the game has started, like your life is on the line in a sense, and you're not going to be able to think very critically about it. You kind of just have to press go. Hold the W key and then maybe S and D. Who knows? Maybe A, because S is backwards.
This is crazy. I'm hearing you have to input controls to beat the map.
Potentially. Hopefully by season 6, when we have those implants in our players' brains, we won't be as
you won't have to use your hands like a baby's toy anymore.
We will have the Fisher-Price keyboard enabled for competitive play by season 7.
Once you've got your little animal buddies around, you can actually have them control the game by, if you hit them and make them release a sound, that will make them do something. I don't know. I heard Fisher-Price.
Animal cruelty, we're getting there.
What other problematic things can we discuss in this map? We've hit drugs, we've hit anti-homeless architecture, we've hit animal cruelty.
Have you seen the good doctor discourse on Twitter? I bet you have.
Hell yes, we gotta get Dr. Han in to host mini
Dr.
RPG
Han
of the
stands
week.
Fucking sound off in the chat. We're VIPing every single one of you.
Can we please get 07s for Dr. Han?
I qualified! I qualified! I qualified!
That show is, I don't know, they just be making shows. Like, speaking of I qualified, we're looking at 4 people here who did not qualify, unfortunately, and maybe they're going to need the good doctor because they're going to be dead soon.
I love this idea of like our stormtroopers are just like doing a Moses and Egypt type situation.
No, they are ready to go. No matter where in the world you are, they will close in on you within seconds of losing a round of mini RPG of the week.
The new Alaic sleeper agents are a far and expansive network of highly trained spies.
We've already drawn attention to the fact that New Alaic himself, he is not here tonight. Who do you think's coordinating our agent network? You know,
you ever
the man in the
New
chair.
Alaic and Donald Trump in the same room at the same time? I did not think so.
No, I've never done.
Right,
I've never done it.
New lore, Alex.
Alex
I'm just
is
saying.
Donald Trump in disguise.
Where was he? Where was he on January 6th? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm hearing it was the White House.
Ooh.
Wait, no, they didn't go into the White House. Where did they go on January 6th? Was it like the Capitol building or something? I don't know.
Like that.
I don't know U.S. politics. This is a French game, okay? They were in the Bastille, I think.
Hold on. We do have a North American here, though. We're on board with
Oh, yeah, do it. Pronounce it. You have to say it now.
Mount 89A Parks, and they're going to
Woo!
qualify? Yes, they
Mount
are.
89A Parks, they have gotten through. I'm thankful to Drizzly for showing me how to pronounce that name, because I would not have even been able to begin to attempt where to start with that, so...
I'm a bit of a polyglot, you know. I speak car, I speak English, and I speak Irish. A bit of French. And you know what? You know what else I speak? I speak the truth. And
Yo! Hell yeah!
For you, of the fine people, just stay true to yourselves. Serve in a God-honoring way.
Well, you guys, we all know, of course, the classic setup of the 2 gate guardians. One only tells the truth, one only lies. Drizzly has just confirmed they are the one who only speaks the truth, so it's time that I let you guys know I am the one who always lies. So that's what's up here.
So that inherently has provided us with a paradox, because in saying that, they always lie. Dylan has confirmed for us that that was a lie, which would mean they'd sometimes tell the truth.
Sometimes. Look, who knows?
Just tell me, who hurt you? What made you like this?
Listen, it didn't come out right because, as you pointed out earlier, the writer's strike is currently on. Normally they're feeding me my lines through an earpiece. They weren't able to do it tonight. I didn't want to break the union, so I'm just saying
Folks,
nonsensical shit. But normally, you know, I'm on top of my game.
You cannot break the picket line, and you know what? You must break into the top 17 of the drivers here today. Oh my, we're at a point where I think good players are starting to get eliminated, which sometimes is the case early on. Mishaps happen. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes good players stick it out to the end, and sometimes you see what we're seeing now, which is... Oh my god, I thought I saw Marius get eliminated there, and I was about to be like, wow, that was so convenient. Thank you.
We'll bring it back to the drama kid energy.
Yeah. Holy moly. Sweet baby. Oh my. Oh
yes,
dear.
we're into our top 21 now.
I need to swear like a Southern Belle. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, you do. That's what I've been thinking all night. I didn't want to say it on stream, but I'm glad you brought it up yourself.
I've not been able to accurately describe what's been happening on the screen in anything other than an emotional way, but I have been able to articulate my feelings very well, and I think that's important.
It is. You might not be a good Trackmania caster, but you're a good person, Drizzly.
Thank you. It means a lot. Okay,
yeah,
so
but you do suck at this.
We're in here. We're nearly at our top 16, right? That's
yeah, we
got
one player left to go. So
cut.
Next round, we're going to be into our top 16. We're going to be looking at 2 players eliminated per round rather than 4. So there's going to be a couple rounds there where there's a little bit of pressure maybe taken off with those less eliminations. But even still, as we're getting into our top players here, the pressure, it's still very much on, especially as you pointed out earlier, Drizzly. This map is really coming down to just speed now, where people are hopefully getting their grips with the kind of tricky technical aspects of the map and learning to rely just on getting their speed through overcoming those little kind of obstacles that the map might present.
You're seeing it here with Luce's right now. The transfer onto the high ramp, even before the pipe, looks monstrous to tackle. Like, landing with the right angle is just tricky. And even here, coming around, even with the little vegetation and things like that, just obscuring your view for the right angles to mount the geometry properly is such a task to undertake. We're back on with Jam TM, and we're coming onto the little transfer onto the last bit of ramp, but not enough speed.
Yeah.
Double reset's going to be needed, but I think we're already into elimination, so...
Yeah, I think that's Jam for the night, unfortunately. Lucy's as well, who we were talking about previously. It's really, you can't be hit by any of these upsets at this stage of the game tonight. You need to be overcoming every single one of those little technical moments right as soon as you get to them, and you need to be doing it at a high speed as well. So we're definitely seeing a call for some speed in navigating the tricky parts of the map now as we get into our double elimination rounds.
Absolutely. Usually a double respawn is a really handy skill in the toolkit to have, like we're seeing here with our backpack with Area. Coming around onto this ramp to come onto the roofs and then drop down, hopefully transferring into the sewers without much trouble once we round the corner, up the stairs, rounding the bridge, going across the town square. They're nipping at each other's heels, but, you know, as I was saying, the double respawn, usually a great trick, usually something supposed to be in your toolkit for Mini RPG of the Week. I don't know how much it helps you here. I think like even a single reset at the wrong spot, usually true of most places, but sometimes a good, well-timed double respawn will put you back in it. A bonk like that will probably count you out, though, unfortunately. But we have Vortex here coming back up on the heels of the main pack.
Yeah.
Maybe able to eke out in front of what, Keiichi? Korchi?
Definitely in a map like this where there is a lot of room for bonks and for sort of taking a turn or a corkscrew the wrong way. Just because you get an early bonk or you miss an early turn a little bit, it does not mean you're done. You could easily see another player getting upset later on. And as we see for Vortex, that ended up working out for them as they are able to persist and qualify for the next round.
Persistence. Resilience. It's what you need to be a warrior, Dylan.
Hell yeah. Was that... that felt like you were going to break into song. I really liked that.
Oh, yeah, I could have. A fellow theater kid here, once upon a time.
Was that a song? I don't know the musical if that was a lead into a song, but it got to me. I was excited for a song.
It wasn't. You know what it was? I was trying to channel another commentator that I'm very familiar with of a different esport entirely. And you know what? The spirit of Bobby Scar took over me.
Bobby Scar.
To anyone who knows who that is.
It's not me.
People's that's not me. Okay, we're on board with Korchi here. Korchi, who's setting a near record on the map only like 1-2 rounds ago, finding themselves at the back here. Maybe they're going to be able to use that familiarity with that fast time to catch up with the rest of the pack. But like I said earlier, it might not be enough. I mean, you know, there are like small things that will be able to catch other players at the front of the pack off guard, but it's all do or die. So those players are going to be trying to avoid all those mistakes at the same time as you trying to make up for lost ground. Transferring into the pipe here with Sumingster. I think I said that right. Is Germany?
If you didn't,
we can't say for sure. But we're doing the.
This is a French game,
they're
so
coming out with a great. Oh, I think if they committed to that, they might have actually landed it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have mattered anay because they are safely in last place.
Unfortunately, not even with necessarily that terrible of a time. Although they did lose a couple of seconds there with that missed jump just before the end, unfortunately. You know, into our top 9 players of the night now, though.
I thought they were going to be fine. It looked like their back wheels had kicked out enough that they might be able to just launch at a straight angle, but they didn't have the confidence, and like having that mental steel is very important when it comes to competition in general, but also with like elimination round by round racing.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I think it ties back into something you were saying specifically about this map earlier as well, where like because of the round-based nature of what we're doing right now, if you get hit by an upset in round 3, that could still maybe be setting you off a little bit in round 7, round 8, and that might have just maybe sapped a bit of the confidence that was needed there to pull off that jump at the end in that last round.
Yeah, big time. And especially like if you have the reflex of double resetting or double respawning to put you back in a favorable position with good speed coming out at an angle that you want, if you do that instinctively, even though you might have been okay, you might regret it then, and then it might snowball a bit more. We're on board with Marius here, nipping at the heels of Vortex, the two people who we saw earlier. We were very surprised to see lagging behind. And
Yeah. And it looks like Marius.
I think
No.
I think he's.
Oh yeah, Marius. It looks like Marius did just pull ahead there. Just made it in ahead of Vortex.
know what it
Unfortunately
was?
for
It was-
Vortex
it was-
and for Liker.
It was that hidden plot twist that the writers didn't really put in, but they kind of just did it at the end. Likers
Yeah.
was just nowhere to be seen, and they were
I
just like,
noticed-
actually, Marius is in, did you know?
Did you notice there that Marius pulled ahead and just managed to survive through the sewers? Which, to bring it back to a little Les Miserables, in Les Miserables, Marius is pulled through the sewers by Jean Valjean and just manages to survive when fate seems stacked against him. So we are really bringing the theater kid energy to this night's edition of Mini RPG of the Week.
Folks, we told you the WGA strike was going on. The writer's strike, so prevalent that we are in fact plagiarizing one of the best musicals of all time.
One of the best musicals of all time. Hell yeah, I'll sign off on that, sure. I think we're getting we got a request in chat. Jaxie asked, could we get an update on the overall Season 3 lore? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be contributing to the overall Season 3 lore, as I am following the picket for the writer's strike. But Drizzly, if you want to hit us with anything, this is your chance to add anything to the Season 3 lore of Mini RPG of the Week.
I'm non-union and a scab. Alex has been sleeping with the producer this whole time. That's not lore, that's just tea. And I want you to levy that against him in the court of law.
Yeah. How do you think he's the one who's getting picked to host most of these events, you know?
You think it's because he has the fucking channel and the stream key? I have those too.
I'm sure I could hack Alex's Twitch account. I know the guy well enough.
Oh, but you know what? Our 5 racers left. You know, they might know the taste of victory. We'll know very shortly. Are we into single eliminators? We are. And
yeah, we're into our simulators. Yannick's at the bottom of the pack, but it's very, very close, and Yannick has already pushed ahead. Yannick, I am hoping, does not win tonight, because I have committed to getting his name tattooed somewhere on my body if he does.
You know what? I don't know that that was an omen, or if it was a blessing, you know, to be named under the top 4 riders at the start. I call them riders, because these are champions riding on their steel steeds, galloping through these sewers like heroes on a quest.
They're like knights of the cavalry. They're riding in to save this stream from the theater kid energy. Yannick is going to beat Marius. We are not letting a Les Miserables reference win this week's edition of Mini RPG of the Week. Marius, I'm begging you, do anything. I do not want my first tattoo to be the name of a Trackmania player.
Folks, it's for the content. As God wills it, we will see Yannick's winning this week. And as we say that, Ice is staying ahead. You know, they've done it before. They were doing it in the warm-ups, and they're still sticking at that 102. I don't know that we've seen a time faster than 102 yet. I've not been paying attention.
No, we're getting kind of lower in the 102s, but I do think 102 is maybe the best time we've seen. Or it could be about to pop up, and we're going to see that that's not the case.
The replay folder is empty, folks, and you know what's also empty? I don't know, figure it out yourself. It was a bad wordplay. Corchi is at the back of the pack, struggling to make their way up that rumble strip.
Yeah. And look, their contendership tonight may not be over. As I said, this is a map where just because you get an early upset, you could still see a later upset from someone ahead of you. But as we're getting into the final rounds, that is looking less and less likely. That might be the end of Corchi tonight, with that kind of stair turn that we pointed out at the very beginning of tonight's competition.
Now, as we say that, we did just see Marius cross this little checkpoint there. There, you can see them on the horizon of Corchi's camera.
Yeah.
And maybe it's possible it'll take a really bad corkscrew out of Marius for that to happen, I think. Maybe a bad...
Never bet against Marius in the sewers.
And Marius isn't going for the camera switch. Feels completely fine staying oriented. And really nice transfer onto the roof there, making the top 3. Podium position for Yannick, Ice, and Marius. Who will take home the gold?
Let's hope it's Let's hope it's Marius. No, wait. We don't want Marius. We don't want Les Mis. I don't want to tattoo Yannick's name, so I'm going all in on Ice tonight. Ice is my winner. Who are you backing, Drizzly, tonight?
You know what? I had my eye on Ice during the warm-up rounds, and I was making my little, my little talking point of it doesn't matter if you're first in the warm-up rounds, but it sure does fucking help to be the best driver coming in to the rounds of elimination. But as we say that, Yannick's taking that corner a little wide there. Ice pulling ahead, using that little bit of better angle to get ahead, but it's all about
really
the transfer onto
sort
the
of
roof.
neck on
Marius
neck
is
here
a
with
little...
Yannick's and Ice. And Marius, it's still anyone's game. I mean, Marius is in no way out of competition right now. Although as the map goes on, he is just kind of taking these corners a little bit wider than Yannick's and Ice. And a stumble there, that might be the end of Marius for this round.
I was smoking pure dick and balls. This is a really technical map. I know I said that it might not really classify as it, but I was smoking that good shit. What the hell? That corner, they all took it so slightly differently, but there's like 18 car lengths between Marius and Ice, and Yannick's finishing ahead of Ice there as well. I would be clenching my cheeks if I was you. Holy moly.
They are so clenched. I mean, honestly, as soon as you started talking about smoking dick and balls, they started clenching, but now they're even more clenched.
Folks, we hope you're excited at home, because it's down to 2 drivers. Who is the chosen one? Who is the isekai protagonist who will save this town and get 100 girlfriends and infinity money? It's down to Yannick's and Ice, and we see, it's neck and neck. It's not even car lengths in between. They're just overlapping each other.
Yeah,
I think Ice is eking out fractions of seconds.
Fractions, but
earlier turns.
Yannick's has already pulled ahead. This is still anyone's game. And I mean, look, with the kind of technical aspect, it's all about how you're taking some of these super tight corners. And that corkscrew at the end, it can still give anyone just that little bit of boost. Yannick's is looking to pull ahead a little bit. He's 1 or 2 car lengths ahead of Ice. I'm going to have to start looking up tattoo studios, it seems. It looks like Yannick's might just pull this one through.
Now, speaking as we do, Ice does just pull ahead. Yannick's taking a little bit of an awkward angle on 2 or 3 turns in a row, and that was enough loss of speed. I think Ice has this tied up, but they're mounting the walls.
It's all down to the corkscrew.
Early. They're both neck and neck. I think Yannick's might be able to pull it off.
Yannick's might just pull
get the right angle.
Wow! Oh! I think, did Ice just take it? That was at the end, neck and neck. That was a close match. But unfortunately for Yannick's, and unfortunately for the business of Dublin Tattoo Studios, Ice has won the night. Congratulations, Ice TN.
It was foretold in the scrolls, and now Ice will go ahead to slay the dragon at the top of the mountain. Thank you all for watching this week's mini RPG of the week. Walk in the Maze. It was a maze. It was absolutely a maze.
That was a maze.
It was a great map. I really like that. Hero Attacks, shout outs. That was cool as heck. What?
Cool map. Certainly, from my perspective, I like to see the technical aspects of it, because the little moments for upset and the little ways they just kind of affected things, where, especially in that last match where we had some of those really nice kind of neck and necks, who's going to win, Yannick's, who's going to win, Ice, that was pretty hype to watch.
Yeah, and it's really nice to not see it just kind of end early to a silly mistake. It was more, like you're saying, those technical aspects really came to the fore at the end there, and it was Ice who had the bigger heart at the end of the day. He wanted it more.
It's all about heart
just
here.
How the story goes, and this is fantasy writing at the end of the day, folks. So if you enjoyed that, you know where to find us next week. We have been Mini RPG of the Week. I've been Drizzly. That has been 16th Tower. Where can they find you?
16th Tower, you can find me. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Tumblr. I listed them in that order for just whatever order they came into my head. Check them out. 16th Tower on all of them. Drizzly, where are folks going to find you after today?
You're going to find me at Drizzly Bear on Twitter. You can look at my really dead YouTube channel. I put up 2 videos. I was meant to edit another one, and I never did again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back online soon, folks. But yeah, folks, if you want to get into Mini RPG of the Week, if you want to make a map like this took Hero Attacks only like 20 hours, and I'm like, the shit I could do in 20 hours, maybe not as cool as this. We need mappers, we want drivers, and you can be that. ! Discord in the chat, get yourself involved.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
can even maybe hop on the cast and be like two handsome blowjob brothers like us here tonight, and maybe you too can do something that you have no qualification to be doing. I think we've had a
Maybe
lot of
you
fun
too
tonight,
can
though.
be called a blowjob brother. You know, we'll do it for anyone. So.
Folks, I guess we'll leave you with a good luck, a good fortune for the future. Congratulations to Ice, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, best of luck, folks.
Oh, that's not in frame. Oh,
When you're gone, I don't know what to say. When you're with me, I can't say anything anyway, so just believe me. Even if the words don't come out, they're here inside my head, stuck inside my mouth.